Hey guys, a little bit different video here, but I'm going to start doing some of these whenever fights worth talking about occur. Um, just going to spend a little bit of time breaking down some of the thoughts, decision making, and techniques that I used to, in the end, win this fight against a player that I could tell is pretty experienced and pretty good. We had a bit of a back and forth, and it was a pretty interesting fight. So hopefully you guys can learn something. Enjoy the video.
Close your eyes, dance with me.
All right, guys, so real quickly, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to push aggressively towards the people that I can hear because I can tell that they have low caliber guns. And since I have a face shield, that gives me an advantage. Sometimes when you know where someone is, leading with VoIP for information or negotiations can be beneficial. And I'm also not trying to pick on new players particularly.
Why, hello there. I hear you. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So what are you here on Factory for today?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you.
I said, what are you here on Factory for today?
Unfortunately, it's Tarkov Shooter Part 3.
Ah, very good, very good. Well, I was just gonna let you live if you were questing, but no, let's fight. May the best man win.
All right, so we lead first off with a grenade so that we can make sure that he's not just holding an angle at the end of the hall before we round the corner and start rushing the hallway. Throwing a grenade is going to make him fall back into cover, allowing us to take a position peeking the hallway. Due to the fact that there's only so many places he can be, I wanted to also lead with a flash, assuming that after I throw the grenade, he's going to reposition to a different angle and then hold it, looking at the way that I'm going to be coming. Therefore, he's going to be looking right at the flash. Alright guys, so we start rushing up the hallway, and you're going to see here what I'm doing is I'm going to be sprinting down the hallway, then into cover, while free looking to the side to see if I can locate him in the room. And then once I locate that he is, or once I figure out that he's not in the room, I can slowly start deducting locations that he could be one by one until I find his position, while at the same time listening to audio for any audio cues that he might give me on accident. Okay, so here's something that I do a lot. I've moved myself to a good defensive position and I'm just holding and listening for audio. That jump was not actually meant to get me on top of anything. What I was trying to do there was to make him think that I was rushing and therefore bait a response out of him. And then what you just saw there was because I had basically checked all the other locations in the room, I knew that his position was most likely around that corner, and so I led with a pre-fire. However, he was unexpectedly laying down, so I missed the first burst, but was able to quickly adjust.
GG's. Fucking baller, though. Did he kill all these guys?
Alright guys, so funny enough, I'm pretty stupid and I was actually editing the wrong video of the wrong raid. So here's the actual raid I was talking about, but hopefully that last video showed you a little bit of tactics. So right now what I'm doing is positioning myself in a location where I can take advantage of him rushing to the office if he chooses to do so. And I'm staying out of sight, but planning on using audio of him moving to act. Leading with a grenade here is an attempt by me to enter the fight without exposing myself to risk.
No. No. No.
That's not nice, bro.
So everyone and their mother and their grandmother holds this angle. So you don't want to get stuck holding this angle because someone that's experienced at factory is going to be able to basically pre-aim and pre-fire your ass with whatever gun they have and hit you in the head because you're looking over that that dresser, that drawer there, or whatever the hell that is. But also, by the way, that drawer that you stand behind on that corner is penetrable by bullets. So I typically check around that corner, but I try to act instead of just holding it. So instead of pushing into one of the doors, I opened both doors and then fell back. Part of being successful in PvP is being unpredictable, and everyone knows about the double door open enter trick. So what I did was I fell back to the corner, but out of sight, so that if he pushed into the hallway, I would hear him and I would counter push him. I was trying to bait him out. So instead of just rushing into the room, which is like a 50-50, I chose to use the utility that I had since I had some on me, a grenade. However, he made a really good play and he attempted to push out of the room when I pulled the pin. Luckily, I had superior gear to his Makarov and he wasn't able to close the deal, but it was a really good play by him, and that's something that you want to do. You want to try to rush as soon as you hear a grenade and the enemy is vulnerable.
Piece of shit.
Alright guys, so this right here is one of the main things that inspired me to make this video. This is a move that a lot of experienced players use to gain information, and it's something that you need to be aware of because this is usually the first thing that you see before you die. What he's doing right now is a running free look sprint across from doorway to doorway, and what he's doing is gaining information on me. So even though it's hard to tell in game, anytime that you see someone sprint across an area like that, they're definitely looking for you, and you need to change positions from wherever you last were, because the next thing that you're going to see is him popping out with a right side peek pre-aimed on your head, and then you're going to be returned back to your stash. So basically what higher levels do is they free look while they're sprinting, they find your location, they come out, they peek, and what you need to do is you need to see them, try to gain that information, you need to change positions, and then probably change locations and switch it back up again so that he has to try to regain the information. Do not sit at the same spot if you're unable to shoot him as he's looking for you, right? You need to basically hear him coming and hear him sprinting and then pre-fire him or kill him as he's running across the hallway. That's possible to do, but most of the time, like in this example, it happens too quick to react, so all you got to do is reposition. And high-level PvP is mostly just a game of constant maneuvering and prediction and repositioning. Whenever I see someone do a maneuver like this, I know that they're experienced and skilled, most likely at PvP, at least well enough to know all the tricks, and my caution meter goes up significantly. You can actually hear him right here, re-peek and pre-fire my last position. You'll also notice that I fired a couple shots before I went back into cover. That is to, it was an attempt basically to head tap him if he had come out of cover in that second. I was trying to pre-predict his movement. So another great thing that he did actually was he started rotating as soon as he heard me pushing, And what that allowed him to do was, as I got to his previous location, he was already setting up another shot on the side of the hallway that I came from. And because I didn't have any headphones or anything, it was hard to precisely locate his positioning. But as I was rushing down the hallway, I gained some information myself. I was able to more clearly ascertain what kind of gun he had, and I knew that now he had some sort of bolt action. So I knew it was either a Mosin or a VPO, and VPO with the right ammo, both of those guns pose a serious threat to me because one tap in the face is going to go through my visor. So I knew I had to play this carefully and make sure to not expose any kind of cheeky angles to him, because I could also tell this guy was pretty good at shooting. His shots were coming in quick and accurate.
We're coming, you hear?
Alright guys, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm taking this chance that I have in cover to basically repair myself up and heal myself as much as possible. I'm trying to, what he's trying to do is he's trying to dictate the pace of the fight, and what I'm doing is I'm resetting the pace of the fight. I'm not going to tell him how fast I have to play. I'm not going to get wrapped up in the fight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I heal back up to full. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he doesn't have a very capable close range gun, and therefore he's very unlikely to aggressively push me. So I'm just going to chill out behind this wall, heal myself back up, since I know where he is because he just shot at me. And when I come back out of cover, you got to be very careful not to just go back to the corner of the wall where he's probably pre-aiming, and instead think of something different or try to get information another way.
No! Okay, good.
My game plan at this point was to try to close the gap and get him in a situation where I could full auto him and take advantage of his weapon choice and its weaknesses. But to do so, I had to make sure to carefully locate him and close the distance while at the same time minimizing headshot exposure so that he can't one-tap me.
This is risky. I can't believe that fucking shot didn't kill him. I headshot him.
Давай, мочи их! Лапидух! Гнида!
This guy's fucking good. He's troublesome. What am I here for? I don't know, just relaxing. I think he has a fucking Mosin, which is why I'm so worried. It's a VPO. It's still gonna go through my face shield like butter. But you know what? Fuck it. If he can hit me in the face, he deserves my shit. Where you at, bitch?
Right as I was about to turn that corner, I heard him on metal, so I dropped elevation to try to figure out what rafters he's on and not expose myself.
He's still here.
Кому тут пизды выдать?
Let's see if this scav baits a shot from him. No, he definitely has 366.
So I actually messed up here and I misread the audio cue and I went to the wrong weapon box, and fortunately it ended up just being a scav and not the guy. Otherwise I probably would have died because I had my back turned to him for a full 3 seconds. Alright guys, so here we have a really powerful lesson. This was the moment that decided the fight for both of us. I realized at this point that this was a bait. He was on metal to bait me to chase him, thinking he's extracting, and instead he was sitting there holding the angle on the doorway. So the second I would walk through that doorway, I would have died. So I thought ahead and it prevented me from dying, and then he made a choice that led to his defeat, whereas he started taking painkillers and I heard it and I pushed while he was vulnerable, which won me the fight. So it came down to 2 decisions in the end. He made the wrong one and I made the right one, and sometimes in Tarkov it's as simple as that, guys. Try to think and plan ahead when you're in a fight against really good players, guys.
It's holding the angle. Got him! GG's. That was one of the better fights I've had in a while.
Alright guys, well that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit of useful information for helping you guys out in your PvP encounters. Quickly gotta ask you guys, if you watched this video and it helped you at all, please like and subscribe and comment if you can, because we're not even in the algorithm yet, and it would be great if we could reach more people with these videos. More PvP breakdowns coming soon as good encounters come up, and good luck on your raids, guys.